everyone watching. Welcome. It's Rosie Convoy and Jason Benbridge. I'm coming to you live from the Lethbridge courthouse, where there's a pretty decent group that's here, but there's like 80 people inside the gallery right now. How are you doing, Jason?
Great. I'm great. Oh, that's awesome that you're out there. Now, for some of the viewers that might be from, well, not from Canada, I should say, where exactly are you?
I am in southern Alberta, the province of Alberta, on the western side of Canada. That we have 4 guys who were part of the blockade at Coutts, which was going on at the same time as Ottawa, the convoy to Ottawa. They parked their trucks here at the Coutts border, which is right alongside, literally right on the American border, and it's one of the biggest areas where transport trucks go through with their goods. So they did a blockade, and it was completely peaceful, no incidents. And when it was all kind of said and done, and the cops came in like they were told to, 4 Canadian guys with 0 criminal record have been in jail for over 490 days now with no bail and nothing. And remand. So that's why we're here. Today is they're all 4 of the guys are here. This is the first court hearing that they've been allowed in over 490 days. So it's kind of a big deal for us here in Canada, especially us in Alberta, and especially for anyone who was following the Coutts blockade. And me personally, I had a brother there, so this is personal for me because it could have been my brother that was thrown in jail. So it's a really good turnout here. And I'm very proud to be a part of it, I think. And I think they're having they just had a moment of prayer. I think I might turn the camera around so everyone can see. May as well, right? I mean,
May as well.
I got all dressed up. I got dressed up. Okay. So yeah, like I said, there's they allowed 85 people into the gallery, and this is who is here now to support. It's a good sized crowd.
And was you mentioned earlier that there was a convoy taking place to get there?
Yes, there was a small group of us that some of them left Edmonton, Alberta, which is northern Alberta. They left at 3 o'clock this morning and just slowly picked up more and more people along the way.
Wow.
They're singing a hymn, so I'm going to stay silent here. I'll let you guys listen in, okay?
Okay.
Did we in our own strength and fight, our striving would be losing. Were not the right man on our side, the man of God's own choosing. To ask who that may be, Christ Jesus it is He, Lord Sabaoth His name, from age to age the same, and He must win the battle. And though this world with devils filled should threaten to undo us, we will not fear, for God has willed His truth to triumph through us. The Prince of Darkness grim, we tremble not for him. His rage we can endure, for lo, his doom is sure. One little word shall found him, that word above all earthly powers, no thanks to them abideth. The Spirit and the gifts are ours, through Him who with us sideth. Let goods and kindred go, henceforth to life also. The body they may kill, but truth abideth still. His kingdom is forever. Great is thy faith. Great is thy faith. O God, my Father, there is no shadow of turning with thee. Thou changest not, thy compassions they fail not. As thou hast been, thou forever will be. Great is thy faithfulness, great is thy faithfulness. Morning by morning, new mercies I see. All I have needed, thy hands have provided. Great is thy faithfulness, Lord, unto me. Summer and winter and springtime and harvest, sun, moon, and stars in their courses above.
We're here.
Join with all nature in manifold ways to thy great faith.
I'll come over here and chat, you guys. The singing is beautiful. Actually, I was really happy that I still remembered some of the lyrics of the last one. All right. Had a question here. Who's in court today? The 4 Coutts guys. The 4 guys who were arrested at the end of the Coutts blockade with federal charges put on them, very serious federal charges. And they honestly, from what I've understood and what I've spoken to a lot of their supporters, and I've heard from their family members and everything, they don't have any kind of criminal record whatsoever. And after they were arrested and thrown in jail, it was days and days before they even found out what they were being charged with. So today is the first hearing. I saw a sign that said 483 days. So it's been 483 days that they've been in jail without any kind of bail. And technically, quite literally, political prisoners here in Canada. So that's where we're at right now, is in Lethbridge in southern Alberta. And there's a really good crowd here. And like I said, there's about 85 people that were allowed to go inside and sit in the gallery. So this crowd was quite a lot bigger before we went live. So yes, 3 to 4 now. I agree. So yeah, there's a couple of songs that they're singing right now. Thought I'd give you guys front row seats there for a bit. And that's why we were quiet. I wanted to be respectful. But it's a nice turnout here today. Oh, they're going to sing Amazing Grace now, so we'll just hang back and chat. Any other questions, Jason, just while we're here?
Yes, can you capture my audio?
I think you're muted.
Nope, I'm not muted.
Oh, no, I got you now. I had turned it down just in case, yeah, you started talking. I didn't want the talking to interrupt.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah, it's a nice day here.
You said there were more people before the singing started?
Yep.
At what stage are they into at the rally?
Right at the beginning.
Okay.
right at the beginning. Yeah, it was scheduled to start at 9:30, but I think it was started at 10 o'clock instead. But yeah, there were this crowd here. There was just under 100 people, extra people, and right around 10 o'clock, someone came out and said that they had opened up the gallery for another 85 people who wanted to participate, and so there was a quite a lineup of people were wearing white shirts today in support. That's why you're seeing so much white. And so yeah, there was a big lineup of people that went back into the courthouse that were able to take part in like being in part of the sitting in the gallery. So yeah, so the crowd is bigger. I don't know. Sorry?
Is there a law? Sorry, you do have some lag. I have noticed that your connection's a bit difficult.
Oh.
But do you have any laws there that state that they can't take cameras into the gallery? Because it sounds like there's quite a few people in there.
I don't think they're allowing cameras, because I mean it's a pretty heavy charges, but as I don't think there's even a Zoom going on. I mean, I could try to go in, but I think they're all filled up right now, so we're just kind of sitting on the outside waiting to hear. But if the judge today says that that there's nothing, that these guys are innocent, then I mean today could be the day that they get to leave, and that's the best case scenario. That's kind of what we're hoping for. But yeah, pretty serious charges that they've been accused of. So
And for some of the viewers that are watching this post live, if you look on Rosie Convoy's previous Between Two Flags interview we've done, we were with Granny Mackay, and I think that was a good hour long, and went and explained the entire situation about why these guys are actually in the situation in remand for well over a year. And but this is interesting because when we were talking last time, it was said that they weren't going to be seen for at least almost another year from now.
Right.
Yeah.
So I think this was a surprise to a lot of us. So I mean, I'm sure the crowd would have been bigger, but yeah, no, we're just hoping. Honestly, obviously got our fingers crossed, and we're here showing our support. But okay, I hear applause, so that means that people will start mingling. I'll be able to do some chatting. But yeah, there's quite a heavy police presence here today, and drones in the air too, and yeah. But it's peaceful. I mean, nobody's harassing anybody, and it's just, I mean, I understand because the charges, I don't know if some of you guys watching don't know, but yeah, they've been charged with conspiracy to murder police officers. So that's huge.
Totally off the charts. Totally, fabricated at best, I would say. Fabricated at best, the entire situation down there. Those guys. We went over this in the interview with Granny Mackay. Nobody actually saw what they're claiming went on. Nobody was there. Nobody was present. It's only the police report and media. Nobody at the blockade even saw any weapons. So and the thing did arrive, and people were there, but how come nobody saw it? So it's quite ridiculous and fabricated.
So if any of you guys want to check out that interview with Granny Margaret Mackay, that was from 2 weeks ago, but it's on the Rosie Convoy YouTube channel. And yeah, it was about an hour and 20 minutes or something like that. That we had her on the show. She's probably probably the biggest advocate for these guys. She's never met them before. She's never met the family before, but she heard the story and she just felt it in her heart to take up the calling, and she has. So there's also a Facebook page, Alberta Political Prisoners on Facebook. And there's a lot of information and everything that gets shared on there. So she's Granny Margaret Mackay, the advocate, the biggest advocate here. She's always updating. She's always going live. There's always addresses. So like if you want to write letters to the guys, you can write letters. She's got all the addresses for all the different jails that they're staying at. So Yes, God bless Granny. Absolutely. So I've finally got to meet her, and she's just as lovely in person as you could imagine. So
And
yeah,
where is
this
she
is
now?
she's somewhere in the crowd. You think that she'd go in? Oh no, I see her. You think that she'd go in, but she wants to be out here with us because there's a lot of people to meet, a lot of people that have come from long ways away. Is she? Yeah, there she is. She's just talking to someone right now, so I don't want to interrupt her. But here I'll switch the camera around since that'll probably be something that I do here right away. Once
Hmm.
I guess I don't need to tell you guys, but all right, there's Granny Margaret. Granny Margaret, I am live right now.
Hi.
Yep, everybody on the Rosie Convoy show. We're doing the Between Two Flags, same as a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
So how are you feeling today?
I feel great. Some people are disappointed that it's not thousands, but you know what? Sometimes it's not quantity, it's quality.
That's
and
right.
We've got some quality people here, and everybody's standing up and sharing the story. And that's the most important thing you can do.
Yeah.
Share the story. Get it out around the world, get it into other groups. Do not think one person can't make a difference. I'm a 61-year-old grandma, and we're sharing the word, and it's getting out more and more all the time.
So when you were on our show a couple of weeks ago, you said that it could be a whole year before they have their first hearing. Is this what you were talking?
For the trial, it's unknown 2024.
Okay. So this is just a bail hearing, or
no? It's not a bail
not
hearing.
even?
It is to challenge the search warrants, the wiretaps. It's trying to make sure that procedure was done properly.
Okay.
Because there's a lot of shenanigans going on. There's
Right.
a lot of shenanigans I can't talk about, but there's things going on, and the Crown is, let's say, they're not being totally honest.
Right.
Here.
Right.
And I do believe that they're not allowing these poor men out because the truth will come with them.
Right.
So
right now we're just checking to make sure that they followed protocol,
Yeah.
which they didn't. We
Yeah.
know that, but
yeah,
okay. So
but we have to prove it,
right.
and we have to spend right to date probably close to $500,000 has been spent on lawyers to prove your innocence. So how are we innocent until proven guilty? No, right now the Crown is doing presumed guilty, and we've sentenced you. And it's up to you to have a bucket full of money to do this.
Yeah.
And I know many people want us to use other kinds of law. Right now we can't. And just allow this to play out. There's things going on you don't know about. So
Right.
just be patient, everybody.
Just
Be
stay
patient.
optimistic.
Yes.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Granny Margaret Mackay. You
Thank
are
you.
awesome.
Thank you so
We
much.
admire you. We appreciate you so much.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
You too. Okay, so this is just this is the hearing to make sure that proper protocols were followed when the guys were arrested. All the warrants, and they grabbed their phones and searched their phones and everything. So so that's what this is about today. So that's good to know. Not too sure if you have any other questions that you have for me. Maybe later.
Yeah. Where is Dickard with Dave?
Oh, Dickard. There he is. All right, let's go.
We've got to meet our legendary fan.
Right.
There he is, Dave. How you going, mate?
How's it going?
Great. Glad to finally see you in the flesh. Well, not quite in the flesh, but
It's hot.
Yeah, it's pretty humid. So I took off my sunglasses. They were just sliding around. There's a friend of mine too here. This is Coda.
What's going on, everybody?
welcome.
Yeah, Coda.
Welcome.
Yep, he's I went all the way to Ottawa with him too. He was part of the convoy too. He's got his own YouTube channel, so that's why he never pops onto mine to say hi. But there's quite a few people in the
I'm usually already live.
yeah, he's always live, and that's the thing. So so yeah, that's Coda B, but you'll see probably quite a few people in the comments who know he. Yeah, there you go, Georgia Peach, Coda. So yeah, the humidity is rising. Oh my goodness. We had a thunderstorm last night. I know this isn't a weather channel, but there was a thunderstorm last night. We had some rain last couple of days, and now it's just, whoa. Probably gets pretty humid where you're at too, eh, Jason?
Yeah, for sure, absolutely. We just found out actually that the government here in Vietnam have issued a request for people to reduce their power consumption because
Oh, really?
the biggest dam up there in Hanoi, which siphons off the Mekong Delta, which actually comes through via China and through a series of countries all the way down. So apparently, it's getting a bit blocked up there at probably the Three Gorges Dam in China. I think that's
Okay.
where the water supply comes from, that area. So they're contending
Okay.
with that here. But me, yeah, as you know, I'm used to it anyway. I don't use an air conditioner unless I get really desperate, and I've been conditioned to it for many years now,
Well,
living in
we've
Asia.
got 14 people watching right now. So if you guys want to go ahead and like the video and share it out, let's do what Granny Margaret said. You know, let's spread the word if we can and when we can. And this is a good opportunity. So make sure you like. Okay. Oh, we got 17 people. Perfect. Even better. So feel free to share this stream. And I'll go live for as long as I can. Got a battery pack here today that I borrowed from Dickard. So yeah, we can keep going here for a while. But yeah, I appreciate everybody who's here, who's watching, everyone who cares enough to have joined us here, and it is important to get the message out.
So just as a recap, we've just spoken to Granny Mackay. If you've just joined us, we've just spoken with Granny Mackay, who appeared on the previous Between Two Flags show about 2 weeks ago. I guess it was
2
2
weeks
weeks ago
ago.
now. Yep.
Yep.
And what they're doing there today is they're following. They're making sure that the police are following the procedure. So
Yep.
they're going through. The search warrant. An illegal. Is that
Yep.
what she said?
Yep. The search warrants and everything. Taking their phones and searching their phones. Everything that they did to, well, humiliate them. And the guys were so confused. That's what I've been told. They were so confused. They had no idea. None of them have a criminal record. They're just hardworking Canadians. Most of them are family men. You know, they've got kids that they haven't seen in over a year. And they were left in jail for days and days before they even were told. The one guy, even his wife was arrested, but she was released like 24 hours later. But that's what happened. So these guys were just totally blindsided and have been in jail for, one sign said 483 days now without any kind of bail or anything. And that's just not the way we do things here in Canada. You're not guilty until proven innocent. You're innocent until proven guilty. And so these guys were blindsided and for days had no idea while they sat in jail, had no idea whatsoever what they were being charged with. And then to be charged with something as serious as conspiracy to murder police officers is just, it just blows your mind just how incredibly corrupt, you know, the system is. And they're basically making examples of these guys. They're is it punishment by process right now? And like Granny Margaret said, they're so $80,000 towards lawyers so far already. So yeah, it's the situation seems bleak, but the guys are keeping optimistic. One guy, he's clung to his faith, and that's how he's been getting through it. Because I mean, I couldn't even imagine the mental torture that you'd have to go through just to keep any kind of hope alive, because it does seem incredibly bleak and hopeless. But it's important to keep the hope alive. So there's a lot of people who have sent letters, and if you go to the Facebook group, the Alberta Political Prisoners, there are addresses and very, very specific instructions on what kind of pen you can use, what kind of envelope you can use. But that's really helped the guys, because hearing from the outside world, and some of them are getting international letters and everything. So it helps them. It encourages them to keep on fighting and keep strong, because I don't know how any of us could handle. I mean, that would break you mentally and emotionally. So yeah, it's important to
Yeah.
keep going.
And that is the whole purpose of the charade, is to break them mentally. Some of the people there today, were they at the Coutts blockade?
I've been told there are a few in here. One of my brothers that lives here in Alberta, he said his boss is here, and he was at the Coutts blockade. So I mean, but yeah, they're like brothers. It's a small community, right? Well, Lethbridge is a fair sized city, but the community surrounding, it's just like hardworking farmers, electricians. Yeah, just
What's the,
truckers,
what,
especially truckers in the area. So of course they when they got the call to go to Coutts to make a difference for our country, they dropped everything and took a stand. And this is the thanks they get. So they're trying to instill all that fear, so that nobody rises up again, because they're making examples of these guys, and it's so obvious. It's so obvious what they're doing. They're trying to break their spirits. So yeah, I think the one guy, he only gets like 1 hour of exercise. Other than that, he's locked up for 23 hours during the day. So it's not even, it's quite inhumane, I would say.
Stephanie Barry has asked a question. Let me show that question here.
Yeah, if you go to their that Facebook group, Alberta Political Prisoners, I'm pretty sure there's going to be ways that you can it'll have the information there, but I can find Granny Margaret again. Oh, there she is. She's right up ahead. And then I'll ask her the question. Oh, she's doing an interview, guys. She's just chatting with somebody else who's gone live. So I'll just show you the crowd some more. But there she is. There's Granny Margaret. Yeah, it's nice that it's cloudy, but this humidity is quite something else. So today we were asked to wear white shirts, and any sign that we have is to say justice. So this is what we've been given today as for instruction. So let's wander around and see if we can find somebody to talk to, because yeah, Granny Margaret right now. Yeah, I wish I knew more of who would know. But
I'm just going on to Facebook, and I'm.
Give Send Go. There's some people who are wondering if there's a Give Send Go for the guys.
Right. They were talking about something later on.
Okay.
I don't know.
Granny Margaret. Okay, I'll keep asking around, guys. But for now, we'll just wander the crowd. Thank you. Okay.
And in the meantime, I will drop the Facebook political prisoners, the Alberta political prisoners link in the comment section, so you can check that out.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So podcast?
Not a podcast, a YouTube channel. Yeah, I'm live right now with. Yeah, we're trying to figure out if there's a Give Send Go. There's people in the comments right now who are asking if there's anybody knows of a Give Send Go for donating. I want to ask Granny Margaret, but she's doing an interview right now with that gentleman. Yeah. So.
We were just talking to her.
Yeah, and then I walked away, and then somebody else, right? Well, she's in high demand.
So do you know who those guys are?
No.
CBC.
Oh, CBC?
CBC.
Oh, hey,
And
look, guys, it's the mainstream media.
The only reason I know that is I was talking to the guy with the black shirt, the slim person in the black shirt, and I asked who he was with, and he said who they were with, and CBC, and then I said, it must be hard to work for CBC.
Uh-huh.
Oh dear.
No, it's okay. It's a small group. Sorry.
It's hard to work for CBC. He said, I don't work for CBC. I'm in security.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so that over there is our mainstream media, CBC, and they've even got their own security detail, guys. Because look at how rowdy we are. That's something else, eh? All right, there's you can usually count on bikers. Sorry? No, my real name's Judy. Yeah. I'm live right now. Does anybody know where Freedom? Anybody know where if there's a Give Send Go for the guys? I thought I saw.
Buckets, there's some buckets here.
Okay, yeah, the donations, but people in the chat right now are asking if there's.
You
But
need to talk to Granny.
yeah, she's doing an interview right now.
Pretty sure there is.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Okay, you guys, I'm pretty sure that if you go to the Alberta Political Prisoners Facebook page, there should absolutely, and hopefully it'll be pinned at the top. If it's not, then I'll try to make a point of getting it pinned up there. I was actually probably one of the lucky ones to well, I asked a few months ago actually if I could help keep the spam out of the group. So I messaged Granny Margaret a few months ago and asked her if she could make me admin for the group, and she did. So I don't have a official anything. I just I'm in there. I'm just in there deleting spam because you know how it goes with Facebook. They'll do anything they can to kind of shut your group down. So that's kind of what I've been doing. So I've talked to her lots of times, and Jason and I we did that interview with her 2 weeks ago, but today was the first time I actually got to meet her in person, in the flesh, and it was wonderful. So, but yeah, just goes to show, like, in any way you can help, please do so, right? That's all I do in the group is just keep the trolls and the spam out. But it's important because if you don't get keep on top of it, right, Jason? It's the same thing happened with our convoy group for New Zealand.
Yeah.
Hundreds and hundreds of spam every single day, and unless people are reporting them, you know, you got to go through all the threads, because as soon as a group is all cluttered with spam, Facebook will shut it down, and that's their intention. So groups like this are especially important to keep them alive and well. So that's kind of what we do. We do what we can when we can with what we can with what we got, I guess. So okay.
Oh yes, and one more thing. We've actually got a Between Two Flags page now.
Right. Just created Between Two Flags on Facebook, the page. So yeah, just type in Between Two Flags. It's a page, and give it a like. We've got some big plans for sharing a lot of important information. So and apparently if you use a page, it's a lot better than using a group because there's not as much censorship. So that's how. So
yes, that's how it works. I've got the link right here. I'm dropping it in right now.
Is that for the Alberta Political Prisoners?
No, I've already put that link up already. Now I'm dropping in the new page.
Excellent.
For Between Two Flags. We don't have a group, and we're not going to do a group this time because we're going the way of the page.
Yes. It doesn't get dinged. So that's something that yeah. What was his name? Carlos from Los Angeles. Yeah, that was that's what he suggested. He's had success. So we had a Zoom meeting with him, and he took us through all the stats and all the graphs. And I mean, that guy will post something that the rest of us will just post on a group, but because he posted on a page, it's got like millions of views. So that's kind of, we're gonna try the way of the page.
The way of the page, yeah, and it's like really different compared to a group. I mean, I don't know very many groups in this genre, at least, that can get 2.5 million views on content. So it's pretty astounding, folks. So if you actually want to learn how to do that, you can leave a comment there on the page Between Two Flags. The link now, as I will highlight that. I'll bring it up. There's a link there on the screen right now. Or you could just do what I just did, which was just type in Between Two Flags page. That was it. Between, and then the number 2 and flags page. It was like really easy to spot. Boom! It just came up the very first. The very first recommendation was that one. So you can go there and leave a comment and learn how to grow your pages and avoid the censors. And we'll let you into the privy secret. Well, it's not really a secret, to be honest, but it's just that most people are not doing pages. Most people are leaving comments and posting stuff. So, but for people who are having trouble running their group and constantly getting told that the Fuk chuckers, the Fuku chuckers, giving them a hard time, and their condition is either orange or red on their group, then there's a way around it. And yeah, we did have a live Zoom last week, and it was a good hour and a half, and we got the dealio, we got the lowdown of all the tricks and of the trade of how to get 2.5 million views and stacks of followers like 49k, 50k. I think one of them he had up to 200k. So
okay, I've found Granny Margaret again.
Okay.
Hi.
We have some people asking if there was a go give send go.
Yes, there's a give send go. If you go to Granny Margaret Mackay or Margaret Granny Mackay, you will find the give send go link. Or if you go to give send go, just search Margaret Mackay, and Mackay is Mackay. So just yes, and thank you for caring and sharing.
Yes. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
I had quite a few people asking, so
yeah. Well, thank you.
Yep. All right, so that's how you do it. So yeah, what is go to give send go and Granny Margaret Mackay, Mackay. There you go. Thank you. So that is if you want to help out any way you can, it's much appreciated. So thank you. And make sure you share it, because sharing is caring. So
Right,
I have no idea.
There we have it. We have her page up now. Granny Margaret Mackay. It's her facebook.com/Granny Margaret Mackay. And let's just do a quick share screen, shall we? So we can so people can visualize it. Let me just share her screen for you so you can check it out. Oh.
Just 1 second. No.
Bit of a delay there. That's the one. Okay, so it looks like we've gone slightly into mutation, muting. But here's the page, guys. This is Granny Margaret Mackay's page there on Facebook. Let me just pull that out of there. I'm gonna pull.
Okay, I got the mic going again. We had a lady, just a passerby, asking what was going on here, but she had already heard about the Coutts boys, so that's encouraging. That she was already aware, she had seen on the news what was going on, so that's fantastic. So she just wanted to know, so I had to quickly mute my mic so that I could explain to her that it's today court is about the if the police followed the proper procedures, which they didn't. But let's hope let's hope the judge finds the same.
So looking here at the goal now, their goal for the campaign is to raise $100,000. Now, considering they've already spent $80,000, this is a huge expense for just regular working people. Huge expense. I mean, who could just come up with $80,000 on the fly if you're a middle class family, and now because of the situation, your business has been destroyed. So it's definitely all about destroying the people. And here are the photographs, folks. And here is the Give Send Go. The Give Send Go is right here, so it's on this page. Given now to 4 from Coutts AB. 4 from Coutts AB. It looks like it's called. The Give Send Go is right here. Yeah, and some of the pictures. And she was live a little bit earlier on, so she's uploaded her own content there. Let's take a quick look at that. Let's actually get that up because we had a bit of a blurry shot there because the connection was a bit off there for a little bit. Let's do a recap. We'll do a quick recap.
Your law and your justice. Well, again, pray for these men. Pray that you would have your will be done and that justice would be served. Father, we pray this in the name of your Son, Jesus Christ. Amen. Amen. If you have this hymn sheet, if you don't find someone, then maybe flip around. The first hymn should be A Mighty Fortress. If you know it, please sing nice and loud and strong for the rest of us. Let's sing together.
Don't wait for tomorrow. Live for today.
That's
You
too
chasing
funny.
the sunshine.
What the heck is that?
Well, at least we're not showing the new gender neutral ladies bathing suits.
This is our God.
They had a commercial break. That's Facebook's doing that now. They're making commercial breaks. Really? Seriously, Facebook? Wow. Could be somewhat disruptive.
God seek to work us woe. His craft and power are great, and armed with cruel hate. On earth is not his equal. Did we in our own strength confide, our striving would be losing. Were not the right man on our side, the man of God's own choosing. You ask who that may be. Christ Jesus, it is He. Lord Sabaoth is His name. From age to age the same. And He must win the battle. And though this world with devils filled should threaten to undo us, we will not fear, for God has willed His truth to triumph through us. The Prince of Darkness realm, we tremble not for him. His rage we can endure, for lo, his doom is sure. One little word shall fell him, that word above all earthly powers. No thanks to them abiding. The Spirit and the gifts are ours, through Him who with us abideth. Let goods and kindred go, this mortal life also. The body they may kill, God's truth abideth still. His kingdom is forever.
Great is thy faithfulness. Great is thy faithfulness,
O God, my Father. There is no shadow of turning with thee. Thou changest not, thy compassions they fail not. As thou hast been, thou forever will be. Great is thy faithfulness, great is thy faithfulness. Morning by morning, new mercies I see. All I have needed, thy hand hath provided. Great is thy faithfulness, Lord, unto me. Some and love. Great is thy faithfulness. Great is thy faithfulness. Morning by morning, new mercies I see. All I have needed, thy hand hath provided. Great is thy faithfulness, Lord, unto me. Pardon for sin and a peace that endureth. Thine own dear presence to cheer and to guide. Strength for today and bright hope for tomorrow. Blessings all mine with 10,000 beside. Great is thy faithfulness. Great is thy faithfulness. Morning by morning, new mercies I see. All I have needed, thy hand hath provided. Great is thy faithfulness, Lord, unto me.
Skip to the back page, we'll sing Amazing Grace.
Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that saved a wretch like me. I once was lost, but now I'm found. Was blind, but now I see. Was grace that taught my heart to fear, and grace my fear.
I just met another Rosie. There's another Rosie here.
How precious
That's awesome. So yeah, so the footage that's going on at the moment is actually what we were just while we were talking. Actually, that was all going on in the background. So she did about 30 minutes of coverage. So that was pretty neato. Actually, that was quite neat. And while we've got that action going on, I'm actually right now building something which is slightly bigger for us. And then I'm going to add an item and I'm going to put a media slot in there. And wow, pretty impressive stuff what's going on here today. All those people turning up and, showing the government that they're not putting up with it. Very
Right.
important. It's very important that people keep continuing to support all of these folks, because it's not fair for people to be out there
Lots
in
of,
a prison, in a prison or remand. They haven't been charged. It's inhuman. It's really
right.
inhuman and super unfair. And
I'm just I'm just showing some of the police presence. There's a few police cars over there. They've already got the street blocked off there. And somebody actually brought porta potties, portaloos over here. So these are the ones we get to use. It's actually brilliant. So
okay,
anyone who needs to use
I'm just gonna
it,
flip over. Just gonna flip over to the unshare. Just a moment. Just gonna stop that screen share. Okay, now we're back. Go ahead with
yeah,
what you were saying.
quite a heavy police presence here today. And then this genius, who I want to shake the hands of because they've already saved my bacon. Someone brought a truck with a couple of portaloos, a couple of porta potties on the back for us. So if you need to go, this is where it is. It's in behind the courthouse, or I should say in front. But yeah, these are heavy police presence. There's quite a few vehicles here, and they've already got the road kind of blocked off. And then up top, we've got at least a handful on both sides of police. So in behind the trees there in that area, there's I can see there's 3 there. There's more up by the front door, but yeah. So thanks again, everyone who's still watching. We're getting close to the 1 hour mark, Jason. I don't know if we should schedule another one. What time are our Kiwi friends awake?
Well, right now it's about 5 a.m. New Zealand time. We can if you want. I actually do have this 30 minutes of this footage, which I could actually still play. And I don't mind you turning your camera off for a while if you want to save some power, because there's a high quality footage here that I can still add on. I can still add on another 30 minutes. It's about, well, maybe there's 20 minutes of it left.
Because then because the battery pack already depleted, and it's charging right now in somebody's vehicle. So I'll be able to give that a charge. But yeah, I can set up another StreamYard for maybe a little bit later on, so that when we actually get the verdict, because I have no idea how long we're going to be here still.
That's right.
But it would be nice to know when we know more here to go live again. What do you say?
No problem. Absolutely. Yep. You keep me posted on that, and as soon as you know, we'll roll it out. So what I'm going to do now, folks, is Rosie's going to sign off and switch off her phone. I've got some of that footage, high quality footage, because we've been having connection issues from her phone. But there's people talking and other interviews as well that I've still got that we can still tag into the end of this. So, and then I'll play the outro, and then you'll know that it's ended. Or I'll finish up with the outro myself. I'll do the one to say goodbye while she goes up and charges her phone, and we find out more about the verdict. And we'll schedule another one, and you'll find it if you go to the new Between Two Flags page. You'll find it there. And if you check back to the Rosa Convoy YouTube page later on, you'll find that there. And I'll also be spreading it out to all the groups there if we need to make another one. I'll go ahead and do some fancy Photoshop work, and we'll reschedule. And of course, there are the New Zealand audience and the Australian audience, which will be waking up in a few hours' time.
The crowd starts hooting. Somebody drove by honking their horn, and the whole crowd just erupted in jubilation. So it's nice to know some things don't change. So
you know what happens when people start tooting?
It's infectious in a good way. But okay, so when I finally find out and more people come out of the courthouse and we know what's happening here, I'll message you, and then we'll quickly set up another live stream, because I won't be able to like pre-schedule it. It'll be like impromptu on the moment. So
No
but then
problem.
when we know more here, I'll be able to charge my phone a little bit and do a little bit more mingling. I packed a lunch. I've got mashed potatoes and pork ribs, barbecue pork ribs for lunch. So I might go and hit that, because yeah, standing out in the sun is sweaty work. But yeah, thank you everyone who's still watching. And thank you everyone who commented. Don't forget to like the video. And if you haven't subscribed already, please do so. I think we're at, on this channel, we're at 398. So if I even get 2 more subscribers, then that's 400. And then I'll feel like I have another feather in my cap, because that'll feel good. So yeah, thanks again everybody who's tuned in. Yeah, hang tight. Might be a couple of hours, might be less. But as soon as we know more, and as soon as people start coming out of the courthouse, I will set up another StreamYard, and Jason will be aware. I'll let him know, and I'll send him the link. So, and then of course make you admin, because I like having you kind of helping out as admin on the StreamYard too. So I appreciate it, Jason, very much.
It definitely makes life a lot easier, for sure.
Absolutely. Yeah, because I'm trying to use both hands right now, because I still don't have a gimbal. I'm like walking around with holding my phone with both hands. So it's not a lot of you know, first camera kind of war documentaries kind of footage. So thank you everyone who's tuned in. We will see you guys shortly. And Jason, you're just gonna take it. Oh, there we go. More honking.
There you go. The tutors.
So I will sign off, Jason, and you keep running with this if you want. Yeah, you
Got
said
it.
you've got a good video. Okay, you guys. Ooh, I'm at 400. Thank you. Okay, you guys. I will see you guys really soon. Okay. All right. You take care. Love you, and peace, love, and freedom.
All right. Peace out, and catch up with you very soon. And for those of you who want to hang on, I'll hit play, and we'll get started with. There's still 20 minutes left of this live feed this morning, so we've got to get through that before we close up for the afternoon.
Thank you so much, Rubber Ducky. Can't do it without you.
10-4 teddy bear. I've got a teddy bear and a rubber ducky now. My kids gave me a rubber ducky. That's brilliant.
That's awesome.
Love it.
Okay, guys, we'll see you soon. Okay. This is Rosie Convoy out for now.
Signing out.
Oh, it says it's asking me if I want to end the broadcast. So it might. You might have to just play the outro, the intro, outro, and then we'll continue this one in a little while. Because once it said end the broadcast, then I didn't want to just cut everybody off, especially since like you've already said that you wanted to continue a bit. So what do you think? What do you think, Jason?
You know what you can do? You don't have to actually hit any button. Just press back by accident.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I will do that. I forgot about that. I've done it a few times, but I guess I'm getting better at this that I forgot. Okay, that is an option. Okay, on that note, this is me, Rosie Convoy, checking out for now.
Hitting back by accident. See that? Wow, look at that. Brilliant. All right, so let's go and finish up with this footage here. Pretty neat stuff going on there. And there's still 20 minutes of it left, so we'll go through it.
How deeply can we influence our bodies, or the bodies of our loved ones when it comes to healing, or the world beyond our bodies? How much influence do we really have?
The power that made the body heals the body.
Morning, everybody. It's Kerry from the Whistle Stop Cafe in Mirror, Alberta, and I'm not in Mirror, Alberta. I am at the Lethbridge Courthouse this morning, and I didn't start by saying good morning because I haven't decided whether it's a good morning yet or not. We won't really know until after we're done in the courthouse. So we are here for the 4 Coutts boys, Chris, Jerry, Tony, Chris, and I'm gonna get Granny Margaret to come over and talk to me if she's not already talking. And we're going to see exactly what's happening today, because I think a lot of people did think that this was the actual start of the trial, and that's not true. They're actually talking about what they're allowing in for disclosure, as well as there's Granny right there. I think she may end up going up there. Maybe she'll actually say a few words here. Again, this is all live, and I can't see anything because the screen is. There you go. Oh, here she is. Let's just see if we can get Granny in here. Hey, how are you? How are you doing? Oh, yes. You're live, actually. You can say hi.
Hi.
Hi, what's your name? Karen?
Megan.
Megan. And why are you guys here?
Because we love freedom.
Love freedom.
And truth.
And what's going on in this building here?
An atrocity.
An atrocity.
Because this could happen to me.
Yes, it could.
Because I stand up for my rights and my freedoms.
That's right.
And I'm not afraid to. But I'm afraid to go to jail for my freedom. And so I've come from Ghost Lake.
Okay. Yeah.
And to stand here and put some boots on the ground to show this is an atrocity to stand today would be nice.
And you're right, it could happen to any one of us. And we were actually having a conversation just earlier. I've had many conversations this morning, just even in terms of what would it be if this happened to us? And even when we were in Ottawa on the convoy, and I remember sitting at the table with Keith Wilson and a couple of other lawyers there, Eva was there, and they actually gave us sheets of paper that said, okay, if you get arrested, this is what ends up happening. You will probably be let out after 72 hours and blah, blah, blah. And yet here, this is not 72 hours. What is it? 483 days is what I saw on. It's over 500, isn't it?
I think it is.
It's
now.
over 500
Yeah.
days.
And that's just because Justin Trudeau has done this.
Yeah.
I don't really do believe that this is the local RCMP.
No, I don't.
No,
either.
this is this is his way of trying to teach us he's a dictator.
Yeah.
And
He's a dick and he's a potato.
yes, he really is.
I know it's ridiculous that we even have to come down here. I think the only people that are making money right now are the gas stations because we all had to drive in from here.
Right.
Right. I know.
And I have to say I watched you guys all the way to
All
Ottawa,
good, thank you.
and
Yes.
It really gave me hope at
Yes.
the time in my life I didn't have a lot.
Well, thank you. And you know what? There was another girl here, and I'll have to hunt her down. And she was actually, Chris and I have actually told the story many times about her. On the way back, a woman just came up to us in the parking lot, chased us down, screaming and saying, "Stop, stop!" And we thought we were going to get shit upon. And no, she said she was this close to ending her life, and watching us go out to Ottawa was the thing that turned her around. And so she's here today. So I'm gonna see if I can hunt her down again, and maybe she can even tell that bit of a story, because it's heartbreaking that what she had to go through, and what everybody's had.
Freedom George,
Freedom,
Tamara,
exactly. Yeah,
I
exactly.
could watch all of it. It's been heartbreaking.
Yeah.
And I'm a grandmother, and it really matters to me. I'm a born and raised Albertan. My family's been here for well over 100 years, farming and bringing this beautiful life for all of us. So we have to protect it.
Absolutely. Yeah. And so if you're out in the Lethbridge area, get your ass down here, support us. We want numbers out here, because I think that's the reason we're all here, right? So we want to be able to get some awareness out here. We want it so that people drive by and they go, why are there so many people in white shirts standing in front of the provincial court? And that is the awareness. We were told not to bring signs, although the signs that are here just are simple, just justice.
That's
Right?
all we
And
want.
that's what you guys have right there.
But my J's a little crooked because the system's a little crooked. Thank you for coming.
Oh, thank you so much. Look, we've got a justice sign here too, although it's backwards on mine. I didn't realize that. Yeah.
Probably. That's okay.
We didn't listen over here. You didn't listen at all.
We knew.
Yours is still whitish. You're good. And I like that. I know I've done that before, and of course it's backwards now on here. But
So how are we
yeah, thank you.
guilty? No, right now the Crown is doing.
Oh, thank you. Yeah. So we really don't even know what's going to happen at the end of the day. We're hoping that they'll let through some of the disclosure that we're talking about. I know we'll have this conversation with Granny, because I think she knows a little bit more, and I know there are people that are inside the courtroom right now listening. So just to give you an idea of what actually happened. So originally there was one in I could be wrong, but I think there were two of them in Lethbridge, one in Medicine Hat, and one in Red Deer. Is that where they were all kept?
Nope. Tony was in Medicine Hat, Chris in Lethbridge, and Jerry in maximum security in Calgary.
In Calgary. Oh, that's right. In the remand center in Calgary, which is like the worst place to go. That's where Art was.
Yep.
And he said that's like the top 3
Yeah.
prison. If you don't know who this is Granny Mackay.
Hi, everyone.
I can't see what's actually
I know,
happening on
but
the screen
it's like
because it's
we're
all
talking to a black screen. So you're either looking at my chest or my face. But my chest, we're having a contest.
Okay.
You can try and guess what this says.
They look like wigwams or whatever from Zap Dingbats from Windows 95. I'm not even sure.
So we're going to have a contest, and everybody's got to guess what it is. And then I'll put the answer on Alberta Political Prisoners page.
Okay.
One way of getting you there. You got to go there to find out what it says.
So I was just kind of briefly describing what was actually going on today. And of course, you're really close to the families.
Yeah.
You're the one that's kind of stepped up and done a lot of the media and telling people what the story is. So maybe let us
Well,
know what's going on.
From my understanding and my perception, I do stay out of the legal aspects a lot because I believe the men have to come out and tell their story. I do believe the truth is locked away with them. So right now, as far as I understand, this is to challenge wiretaps, challenge search warrants, challenge the procedures, and make sure it was all above board.
Okay.
That's my understanding. Whether I'm correct, I'm not 100%.
Okay, so and then hopefully we'll find out what's happening from the families. The families
Yes.
are in there right now.
Yes.
So the other thing that was brought to my attention today when you said it this morning was everybody was brought into the courtroom, the four boys, and they're all in their own.
Yeah, they actually special made 4 prisoner boxes to put them in. I'm hoping that because they have their own prisoners box that they get to be unshackled and takes the handcuffs off. They might not. They might keep them shackled and handcuffed the whole time. But I'm praying
They are being treated like dogs. They're,
like Bonnie and Clyde.
Yeah,
that's
yeah,
Clyde. Like
yeah.
that, right?
Yeah,
Yeah. And these are 4 Alberta family men, 2 single fathers, 1 husband, father, and 1 only child to an 80-year-old woman. This is insanity at its best. I feel like we're watching a James Bond movie.
It's James Bond or Benny Hill. I'm not even sure what the difference is because this is ridiculous.
484 days today.
Wow.
So I've actually put this out publicly. In the event we find out lies have been told,
Yes.
Crown, police, lawyers, judges, I wish they spend 484 days in the Calgary remand. I think that would be acceptable.
Yeah. Is that an eye for an eye? That's definitely something for something else.
And I wish that they wear shoes because Chris Lysick had to wear shoes that were too small for him.
That's right. I heard that story as well.
Size 15 wide foot, and they wouldn't let him walk around in bare feet.
Yeah.
So they said, you got to get the shoes on. So he cut the toes off the shoe so he could get his foot. And then they got mad at him for cutting the toe off the shoe. Like he had blisters for 11 months.
This is Canada, people.
11 months.
This is the way we are in Canada.
Oh, yeah. And so Tony was having some tummy problems. And so I said, you need to flush your body out. Can you get access to hot water?
Yeah.
And he can. I said, so sprinkle some salt in it and try and flush your system out. He says, yeah, I can go to the canteen. I can buy some salt.
Buy some salt.
Yep. But you get sugar free. But you can't get salt.
Wow.
Necessity of life.
That doesn't even make any sense.
No, none of this makes sense. None of this makes sense. Like I said, I feel like we're in the Matrix or something. I don't know.
So you just said he had to go and buy salt. Now, how does he get money?
Well, that we put his mom puts money in his canteen, and donations are coming in, and a lot of it goes to the lawyers, unfortunately. But for movies, for canteen, for anything, they have to buy it. And they buy it at 5 times the cost.
And I just saw that one of them, was it Chris that has the iPad? Or
Tony, no, okay, Jerry and Tony are actually put down in lockdown right now. They are isolated because they have no place to put them.
Wow.
So Jerry got an iPad. So we put a call out for some movies because movies are $15 a movie.
$15 a movie. That's almost what you can go to a theater and actually, get some really expensive popcorn.
Or you can pay for like PureFlex or something like that for $10 a month.
That's right. Yeah. That's right.
So we put a call out. We got him 15 movies. Okay. And then the iPad won't work in his the password wouldn't work. Now the iPad won't work in his cell. And he's locked in his cell for like 20 hours at least the day. So he figured out to slide his iPad out just on the outside of the door and music will play.
Yeah.
So that's how he's getting music from his iPad. So Tony, as far as I understand, he's got an iPad now. So I'm hooked up with him because he wants to see a picture of everything. Yeah. So I am now friends with him on an iPad. Good. We haven't given him any movies yet. I got to find out if it works. Yeah. And so we might need to get Tony's because he's in lockdown isolation also.
They are not being treated fairly at all.
No.
Like this. Now, I also thought that maybe today was going to have something to do with the bail hearing.
There were 2 bail hearings a week ago. They weren't denied. Let me rephrase that. The judge will not overturn the original judge's verdict or whatever you call it.
Wow.
Yeah.
So that's where we are right now. So we're in Lethbridge. We're the boys are in the courtroom right now, as far as we know,
Here, I'll send a
somewhere up
message.
in there.
I'll send a message and we'll find
And then
out if
find
they're
out what
shackled.
find out what the status is.
Yeah.
And the families are there. At least one or two representatives from each family, I'm assuming.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
And which again, have they seen any of their families at all? Like
You
there
can
are visitors.
Yeah, but you can have visitation with them. Jacqueline, unfortunately, Jerry's wife,
Yeah.
when she went to find him in High River after he was originally arrested, because Jerry was on his way to work and got arrested and
Yes,
beaten
that's right.
with the end of a gun.
Yeah.
So Jacqueline went to High River to find out why they arrested her husband. So they sat her down in the lobby kind of thing, and then two officers came out and arrested her.
Yes, I heard that.
And threw her in jail overnight.
Yeah.
So now the judge said, I will not separate a husband and wife. That's inhumane. I won't do it.
Okay. Yeah.
So she went, she visited him once, it was last May or June, and then they cut her off after that. She has not seen her husband since. They won't allow her in.
Wow.
No, and the judge said it's inhumane to do that. And it's the Calgary remand. Whatever's holding the remand, whoever those people are.
Yeah.
I don't know who that is.
Yeah.
It's hard to find that out.
Yeah. The bureaucrats of some sort. Yeah. This is just wrong. And you know what? We need to get this word out. So share if you can.
Sharing is
I
the
know
most
I have my parents actually staying with me from Manitoba, and they had no idea that any of this was even going on. No one, it seems, outside of Alberta, and you know what? Maybe even outside of this group of people here, don't seem to know what's going on. So, again, the only way things get known is by sharing. So, if you can share,
The
and
share
and get
button
the
is
word
the
out.
most important thing. Like money's important, but sharing is more important. You need to get it into groups.
Yeah.
You need to get it into other provinces, and you need to get it out of the country.
Yes.
Get it out there.
Were you seeing in Mexico? Yeah. Well, that's good.
Perfect.
Oh, it'd be nice to go to Mexico.
Yeah. Should we go down to Mexico?
I
and
think
check it out? We can sell bumper stickers
I think the
down there.
boys would like to get to Mexico. That's what we should be doing for when they do get.
Yes, I agree.
When they do get out, they need a very long vacation outside of Canada.
They do.
And so, have you actually talked to the boys? And do they hate the system? Do they hate Canada?
They're really hanging on to their faith. They do believe that this is for a reason.
Yeah.
They are in there to put the light on the corruption.
Yeah.
They're not the only four that have been in there this long. There's others there in there that have been in there longer.
Really?
Yeah.
From the convoy? Or
No,
what's-
from
just
other.
for anything?
It could be a drug charge. It could be something. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's other. So when these four get out, they'll never let this go.
No.
Because they've seen the corruption. We've all seen the
Oh
corruption.
yes, we have. Yeah.
And to know that there's others, they can't walk out leaving other guys behind, knowing that
Oh
they're,
yes, for sure.
yeah, like how do you do that?
You're right. You're all right.
We're a voice.
Yeah.
They don't have a voice.
Yeah.
They will be the voice. That could be another reason they're not going to be let out because
Yeah,
They
they
might
could be telling the story
share.
about what's going
Yeah.
on. Well, there you go. So that's another reason to share, because this is not just about the
No.
four. It's obviously about more than that.
yeah, it is. And we've got young Logan in Fort Saskatchewan.
Yeah.
He's the Hemla's son,
Okay.
the two boys and the mother from the gas station convenience
Oh
store.
yes, okay, yeah.
Well, they
yeah.
threw him in jail a few
I
months ago.
heard that too.
And
yes.
he's in Fort Saskatchewan. They won't let him out.
Yeah.
This has gone to a stupid level. And if you think that can't be you or me,
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
yeah.
Yeah.
But like I said, and that's why we need to make sure people are going to share. Because if you and I
Yeah.
end up in there,
Yeah.
who's going
you're
to
right.
talk?
You're right. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like I can. It's not going to do as much
No.
screaming
Well,
inside.
we were saying then when we were in away on the convoy, and we were sitting at the table with Keith Wilson and Neva and a couple of other people there. They gave us these sheets of paper because we were working the stage and we had speakers and all that kind of in the front of what was happening with the media. And we were basically saying, so what happens if we get arrested? And so they give these sheets of paper that had maybe 5-7 points on them to say, okay, this is what you need to do. And even Keith was like, but don't worry, you'll be out in 72 hours. That's kind of what the story was. And obviously this has not happened to the boys. And again, different situation. This was Coutts versus Ottawa, but still it could happen to anybody.
These men thought they were going to be in for one night, maybe
Yeah.
two. They thought they were going to be charged with mischief, and they never saw this coming.
Yeah.
Like Chris Carbert, he's got a letter on Alberta political prisoners page.
Yeah.
I say everybody go read that
Yeah.
letter.
Yeah.
It's get a Kleenex ready because it's pretty heartbreaking.
Wow.
He said I agreed to stay for mischief.
Yes.
Because I knew I could handle that. But he says I never agreed to have this happen. He was the caregiver to his son, his 10-year-old son. He's raised his son since he was 9 months old, and ripped away from his family.
Wow.
And see, that
And
just
so
gives me
and so
goosebumps.
what's happening with his family now?
Well, his son is living with his mom now, and Chris and his mom, the mom, are friends.
Okay.
So and then the other children are like, they're with their mom, and
Yeah.
but the two single fathers had custody.
Wow. Yeah. This has totally ripped their lives apart. I mean, it certainly made us look around and get awareness of what corruption there actually is going on here too.
It's beyond what I ever thought it could be.
Yeah.
And I would have never known. I don't know anybody in jail.
No.
I've never had anything to really do with the system.
No.
So I do believe this is part of the calling.
Yeah.
Like, we need to change this. It's got to stop. Like when Tony went, he got listen to this.
Yeah.
So he leaves Medicine Hat.
Yeah.
Pretty much goes to Lethbridge to go to Calgary, to stay overnight in Calgary, 2 nights to come back to Lethbridge.
Wow.
Yeah. I would call that money laundering, I'm thinking, because why would you do that?
That is so bizarre.
Yeah. So when he was there, he said, okay, that place is horrible.
I'm sure. Yeah.
He said there was blood and feces on the wall.
Really?
Yeah. He said it was so out of control there. He said, no. He said, yeah, that was horrifying.
they're being treated like animals, not.
And that's not just these 4.
Yeah.
Like, if you've committed a heinous crime, yes, you should be locked up.
Yeah.
And detained.
Yeah.
But 2 wrongs don't make a right.
No.
And then if you're innocent until proven guilty, but you're being treated like a criminal, something wrong here.
Yeah.
Something really wrong. So, but we're going to fix it.
Yeah.
I don't know how,
Well,
but we're going to do it.
Again, the awareness out there. Did you hear back from anybody in there?
Yes,
I just want to see whether or not they're shackled or anything.
No, I guess.
They have not replied back.
But we will keep posting
and they do tell us to kind of turn off our phones when we're in there, and maybe that's what everybody did. I know I never do, because I don't seem to follow any rules, but that's one of those things. So you know what, we're just gonna kind of take a bit of a break here, maybe go for a quick coffee if we can, and see what's happening a little bit later. So but we will be back, and we are with Granny Mackay.
See you guys later, and I will share Carrie's stuff,
Yes,
and
yeah.
Carrie will probably.
Well, there you have it, folks. The end of that. Okay, so yeah, Rosie's doing some charging, and I'm now going to play the outro, and we'll get back to you real soon with some more updates. So you're being with myself, Jason Baybridge, and Rosie Convoy on Between Two Flags. We'll see you later, alligator.